Hello, Sherry Schreiber of GettingBetter.com, and I know I've done a video about this in the past, but I felt that it was worth re-mentioning. A lot of people confuse sympathy with empathy. They feel a deep, deep, deep sympathy and compassion for other people, but they're disconnected and dissociated from compassion and sympathy for themselves. Now, if you're not relating to your own pain, if you're not willing to own those vulnerable and fragile facets within yourself, you cannot identify with and relate to the fragile and vulnerable and painful facets in somebody else. You can't. You can't relate to their pain if you're disconnected from your own. So maybe you're a caregiver, fixer, rescuer type, and you think you've got plenty of empathy because you're always lending a hand and helping other people out, and you feel sorry for all these people who are less fortunate than you. But that's very different from having empathy. True empathy requires that charity begins at home. In other words, it's mandatory for you to know how to relate to and connect with your own fragility, your own vulnerability, your own pain, and honor that and respect that and develop sympathy and compassion for yourself and the little boy or girl that resides within you. Otherwise, what you feel for others is sympathy. And it's usually sympathy that you won't feel toward yourself that you actually project onto them. It's easier for you to give them sympathy than to give yourself sympathy. So you're not capable of empathy. No matter how much you think you are, you're not. Okay? If you're one of these people who's grown up being mighty and powerful, I was one of those people once upon a time. Okay? I relate to codependency in the book that I wrote, Do You Love to Be Needed or Need to Be Loved? I wrote that from my own personal experience and my battles with trying to overcome and break through my own codependent leanings. And I tell you exactly how I did that. I mean, really, how it came about, that I became aware of it within myself, and the determinations I made to never put myself in that position again of choosing non-reciprocal relationships. But if you're disconnected and dissociated from your own pain, your own fragility, your own vulnerability, like a lot of people with savior complexes are, you can't have empathy for others. You can't relate to what they're feeling. You can't relate to their inner experiences. You can have sympathy for them, but if you go to my website, gettingbetter.com or sherryschreiber.com, and you look on my articles page, toward the bottom of my articles page, there's a link to Schreiber's glossary. Okay, where I talk about technical terms, psychologically technical terms. Look up empathy. It's very different from sympathy. They're not the same. They might feel similar in the body, but they are absolutely not the same emotion. Empathy, again, sympathy is the ability to feel sorry for another. Sorry about that. That was my phone. A little early for Christmas music, but I never changed my ringtone from last year. Where was I? Oh, yes. It's easy to feel sorry for another. That's a lovely thing that you can. But it doesn't mean you can empathize with their pain. It doesn't mean you can relate to it and identify with it. Okay? So there's a very distinct difference between the two. Make sure that you understand that until you develop sympathy and compassion for you, you can't have empathy for somebody else. It's impossible. Okay? All right. Bye for now.